Hi YouTube. Okay, turn this fan off. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I recently discovered some videos, that people are doing on baby names. And for as long as I can remember, I love baby names, so I figured I would comment on the top, 2010 baby names. I'm going to do the boys right now, and then I'll do the girls. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you kind of what I think would be good alternatives to the top baby names. So I'm going to start off with the number one, which is Jacob. I like Jacob. I think it's a cute name. It's a name that will grow with a child. It will grow well with a child. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If you like it, that's great. If you're worried about your little Jacob going to school with 5 other little Jacobs, then one of the names that I have written down is Jacoby, which is another one that I really like. As of right now, it is at 993 out of 1,000 names. So Jacoby is a really nice, I really like it. Another one is Caleb. It's a little bit different than Jacob, but Jacob, Caleb, they kind of sound the same. Now, Caleb is a bit more popular than Jacoby, but right now it's at a rank of 43. Now, the second name is Ethan. And I had a hard time finding a name that I thought would be a good alternative to Ethan. And what I found is Nathan. I think Nathan goes well. Now, as far as Ethan, I've never been a big fan of Ethan. I don't know why. I don't know if it's the hard E sound or what the deal is, but I've never really been a fan of Ethan. But I think Nathan would make a good alternative to Ethan. And Nathan was at rank 28 back in 2004, and it slowly dropped. So Nathan is not as popular as it used to be. As of right now, it's at a rank of 36. So it's dropped a little bit. It's not dropped a whole lot, but it is slowly losing popularity. Now the third name is Michael, and I love Michael. I love that name. That's been one of my favorite names for, I think that's like one of my fallback names when I have children. It's one name that, for as long as I can remember, I've always liked it. I have some names that I like, and they'll slowly drop off my list, or I'll just, for whatever reason, stop liking them. But Michael has been one name that I've loved ever since I've enjoyed having the baby name hobby. Now, if you don't want to name your child Michael, there's also Micah. And the website I was using, there was no rank for Micah, so that might tell you a little bit. But it still gives you that mic. But it's a little bit different. And then another one I have, and I hate this name. I hate it, but other people seem to really like it. And I'll tell you why I hate it, and hopefully I don't ruin it for you. I don't know. Malachi. I like the sound of it, but I can't get the thoughts of the Children of the Corn child out of my head. Whenever I hear the name Malachi, that is the first place my head goes to. And I know that's like terrible, and normally I would like this name because of the sound, Malachi. It's a nice name, but that's the association I have with it. Children of Corn have ruined names for me. Different movies have ruined names for me. And people who I know or who I have known have ruined names I will never enjoy. But Malachi is, I'm sorry, I can't read. I took my glasses off for you before, so you don't have to see the boxes, but I can't read without my glasses. Now Malachi has slowly, in 2003, it was 208 rank. I don't know how I wrote this down. I have an arrow up down. I think that means that between 2003 and now, it's been going up and down the ranks. It'll get a little bit more popular, and then it'll not get as popular, and it just goes up and down. But it's never gotten in as close in rank as 280 since 2003. So between now, which it's at 366, and then 2003, it was at 280. It's far enough off that a lot of people don't use it. It's more of those names that you just kind of, you hear, and it's like, I like, you know. The fourth name is a trend name. I like to call this a trend name because the last three names have been they're classic names. They're just classic names. This fourth name, I think it's trendy. And it's Jaydon. And I've never liked any of the Aiden name. I don't like Aiden. Don't like Jaydon. I do like Braden though, because I like the name Brady. But let's go back to Jaydon. Jaydon is it's part of those similar sounding names. It's a trend. And what I came up with that is Gavin. Not quite the same, but it kind of gives you that same sound a little bit. And the highest in popularity that it has ever been was back in 2008, and that was at rank 30. So, and in the last 2 years, it's dropped from rank 30 to rank 37. So, it's slowly losing its popularity. But I like Gavin. It's a nice name. Number 5. This is another name I really like. William. I like the classic names. I like classic names that are ageless. They're ageless. They're timeless. They're just names that 30 years ago they were nice names. 40 years ago they were nice names, and now they're still nice names. They're still used. Now what I found in this other name that I have found, it's one I've really liked. And was no rank for it, and that's Willem. And it still gives you the William sound, but it's just a little bit different. I've always liked Willem. The second one, which is it's got a W and it's got a double set of letters. It's not quite the same, but I picked it only because it's got the W and it's in the double set letters. And it's Wyatt. I like Willem better. But Wyatt it's climbing the charts. People really seem to have started to like this. Back in 2003, it was at 198, and now it's ranked 79. So in 2 years, it's climbed the charts quite a bit. I'm sorry, not 2 years, but No, I was wrong. 2003, it was at 198. So it's been climbing the charts. I don't know. I don't know if it'll get too high, because Wyatt to me has always been kind of a cowboy name. You'd hear on a child that was born out west. The sixth child, or I'm sorry, not child, but name, is Alexander. And this was a hard name to come up with an alternate. To me, whenever I think of Alexander, I always think of like Benjamin or Christopher, like longer names like that, but I did not write those down. I wrote down Alec, A-L-E-C, like Alec Baldwin. I really like Alec, and I've liked this for a while. It's kind of been a little bit, it used to be higher on my list, now it's a little bit lower, only because I've just not been thinking about it. But I like Alec. It's a nice name. And as of right now, it's at rank 874. So the odds of your child going to school with another Alec is very low. And the second name I wrote down, and it's I'm surprised it's not as popular. I'm surprised it's not more popular, because I know 2 children by this name. Well, kind of. One of the kids who I grew up with named their son this, and then my cousin named his son this. Different spellings, but same name. And you guys are gonna laugh, but Xander. I know Alec and Xander. You can get 2 full names out of that name, out of Alexander. But Xander. And like I said, my cousin named his boy this, and they named him Xander, and then a boy who I grew up with named his son Xander, Zandr. And it's a nice name, and it's a cool name. It's a name that when I think of Xander, I think of like the popular kid in school. So, and as of right now, Xander's only at, and Xander with a Z, there was no rank, but Xander with an X, it's at 488. So not very popular. The 7th name is Noah, and that one, it was kind of hard to find alternate names. I found 2, and one is kind of I'm not sure. Neo gives you that O, the N-O sound. And that's kind of, yeah, I know, I shouldn't have written it down. But the second one is Nolan, and that is climbing the charts as well, because it's got that Lin sound, and I'm actually kind of surprised it's not any more popular. But in 2003 it was 329, and as of now it's at rank 180. So it's climbing the charts. Okay, name 8, Daniel. This is another name I like. It's a classic name. It's a name that does not get old. It's a name that will age well with your child. And I found a couple names, and both of these have no ranks, but the first is Donald. Not Donald, but Donald. There is a actor, and I can't think of for the life of me what his last name is, but his name, this is similar to his, but his is Donald. Donald Logue. I like Donald. I do like that name. It's a very nice name, and I will put the spellings down there, that way so you guys can see. Another one similar to Daniel is Darnell. That's similar. I'm not real big on that name, but hey, you might be. It's got the D, it's got the N, and it's got the L. Or it's got the D, A, an N, and then 2 L's, so it's got that same Daniel sound. Name 9 is Aiden. Not big on that name. It goes right around with Jaydon. It's a trendy name. When I think of Aiden and Jaydon and Caden and like all those names, to me those are like the Britneys, or the Tiffanys, or the Jennifers. They're very trendy, and once they get old, I think they will get old very fast. And you don't hear of children nowadays being named Tiffany. You don't hear of children being named Jennifer, or Brittany. You don't hear that, and it just, once those names age, they age fast, and there are going to be 80-year-old men walking around 70 years down the road named Jaydon and Aiden and Caden, and that, I don't know. I think those are just names that are not going to age well with children. My mom always says, because my best friend's name is Brittany, and she always makes a joke, can I imagine when I'm 80 years old, Brittany comes to the thing, or I go to her house, and it's like, Brittany, can I borrow some sugar? And it's just, yeah, I don't know, those names just, they don't age well with children. They really, really don't. Anyways, back to Aiden. I have 2 written down, and one is kind of a unisex name, and it's being used more on girls now, and it's kind of an annoying name because I like it more on a boy, and it was originally a boy's name, and that's Avery. It gives you that long A sound. And again, both of these names, there's no rank. But Avery, and then the other one, which is a little bit different, but it's kind of got the same sound, but it's a very old name. It's Nor's name. It's Odin. And I don't know, I like older names like that. I think it's a very cool sounding name. You can get some nickname. I'm sorry, I've got a piece of paper on my shirt. I think it's a very cool sounding name, and you can get a nickname out of this, Odie. I'm sorry. Whew. But yeah, Aiden or Avery or Odin. I like Odin. Now, number 10, and this is a name I could never stand. I don't know why. I hate this name. And that's not, I have no bad associations with it. I don't know. I hate this name. It's Anthony. And, I don't know why I dislike it so much. I've really, for as long as I can remember, I've hated this name. Every time I hear someone has named their child, and I cringe. I mean, it's a perfectly good name. I've always hated it. Ugh. Anyways, for these, I didn't write, I don't know why I didn't. Probably because, well, this first one, it's very, 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 very low on the ranks, very low, and that's Anton. And I would so name my child Anton way before I'd name him Anthony. I really would. Anton, and it's a good name. I like it a lot more than Anthony. And as of right now, it's ranked 968. So your child will probably never ever meet another Anton in his life. And the second name is a bit more popular, but again, maybe 1 or 2 kids in different grades in school they might meet. Antonio. And I don't care for this name either, but I mean it works. But yeah, those are the names: Jacob, Ethan, Michael, Jaydon, William, Alexander, Noah, Daniel, Aiden, and Anthony. Those are the top 10 names for 2010. Now, I can't wait until 2011 names get ranked up, and I have a feeling that they're going to be quite similar. But I do think Jalen will be higher. I'm not sure where that's ranked right now, but I know 5 Jalens. I know 5 Jalens, and I know zero Jaydons, and Jaydon is number 4. So, yeah, I think Jalen will be higher up. I don't know. I'll have to check out the girls' names. I've not divvied up the girls' names yet, so we'll have to see.